Fine. So what I'm gonna do then is this is gonna be fleshed out when we start talking to our clinic leaders. So I'm gonna start in the order of, if you like, how a business or can be set up, or how you set up a base. So I'm gonna start off with Mohammed Zarrouk, and then we'll go to Mazen. So Mohammed will give us his tips, what his takeaway home tips and insights. And then we'll go to Mazen on project management, project delivery, what he'd like to leave us with, and then we'll come to Salim, and then we'll open the final, take any final questions, etc. So Mohammed, اتفضل. Mohammed Zarrouk. Mohammed, you're on mute. Mohammed, on mute.
Yes, hi. Hi everyone again. In the breakout session, we tried to cover to the extent allowed, considering the time, a basic set of questions that everyone who is considering setting up a business in Sudan would face. I have grouped these questions in three groups, based on thematic groups. Questions related to ideation, questions related to setup, questions related to operations. In the ideation, the general advice is to make sure that you understand the landscape well. You know exactly what you want to do, what are your objectives. Clarity at this stage is key. Knowing the regulatory roadmap helps as well. Knowing with whom are you going to interact, who are the regulators, what duties are imposed on the business, etc., etc. Make sure that your idea is protected contractually. Have your NDAs or non-circumvention or whatever. Register any IP related asset, any rights, have them registered. At least in the ideation stage, acquaint yourself with what needs to be registered, how much this cost. All that goes into your business plan will make a difference. In the setup phase, I would say, based on your research at the first stage, choose the appropriate setup option. Ensure that your capital is aligned with your business plan. The capital requirements in your memorandum, if you're having a limited liability company. Proceed with registering any IP, any intellectual property rights that you have identified in the ideation stage. Finalize all requirements for the setup. Primarily, the commercial registration takes place under the supervision of the commercial registrar. It's a department of the Ministry of Justice. However, there are many potential interactions with other regulators depending on the type of business you have. So you have to go and do the regulatory steps required by these regulators, tax, whatever it is. In the operations, I would say, in summary, just be aware of your duties. What does the law expect from you as a business? Ensure that you have an appropriate level of policies and governance structure. Even if the business size is small, it's always a brilliant idea to start these things. Accountability, having an authority matrix, and all that helps you ultimately achieve your goal. And adopt standard contracts if you can. Make sure that you source your information from reliable information. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Taib, Mazen, thanks very much, Mohammed. Mazen?
Yes, sure. Shukran
Key
jazeelan.
takeaway points for us.
Yes, basically, first of all, thanks to the team. نحن we discussed 3 elements في project management. رقم 1 كانت definitions والbasics. What does it mean to each person who attended the workshop. وبعد كده we moved on to the challenges and risks. What were the most challenging obstacles they've met, and the best part is actually how did they get around it. So some of the challenges that were shared from their various experiences, and it came to managing people, which is one of the highlights of the challenge section, being relevant and aligned with strategy. Again, being مثلا strategy focused, and being able to monitor your performance and the performance of the project, making sure that quality assurance is there. Some of the benefits that has been shared by the team rotates around an advisory committee role, and how you can look for external advisors and partnerships to help with bringing experience to solve problems. An area بتاعت listening to the voice of the customer, which is one of the most important aspects of project management. Being agile and thinking out of the box, adaptive in an environment زي السودان full of surprises. I think time management and being able to understand the legal part of your project from a contractual perspective, looking at your risk register, the importance of mitigating and predicting your risks. والحاجة الأخيرة, final thoughts came in through the simplicity and the easiest way to solve or to manage your project is how simple can you break it into in order to clarify the dead end, or clarify the output, or make sure that you meet the expectations from the client. So I think this has been the highlight of the session من ناحية project management. A definition has been absolutely remarkable or aligned من ناحية there's a starting point, there is an end point. This end point could be a product or a service. You start with the different stages of project management, from initiation, planning, to initiation, to execution, to monitoring, to closing. والحاجة الأخيرة اللي هي the importance of using the agile methodology, or some of the teamwork. A teamwork is an important aspect. The idea of ideation, design thinking, being able to collaborate in a team. والcompetence بتاعت the team selection نفسه is very key to the success of the project. That's in summary what we've discussed.
Brilliant, thank you. That's really, really quite useful. It's insightful for me. Being in project management, I'm sitting here thinking, even in my day-to-day in England, yeah, this is the sort of stuff that's good to be reminded of all the time. And why can't we apply the same thing? It's a methodology. It's like a formula. Why can't we apply the same and be consistent in Sudan? It should work.
Correct.
I don't see why it shouldn't.
And that's Randa, a testimony to مش بس التالنت الموجود في الغرفة دي ولا التالنت الموجود في السودان, a talent of the old generations that have built سعودية والإمارات وقطر والخليج. It's a testimony of زي ما بقولوا الرحم اللي بتجي منه المواهب دي كلها, اللي هو رحم البلد الجميل ده.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a nice way of summarizing it. Right. So last but not least, Salim, takeaway tips and thoughts that we resonate معنا.
First of all, thank you all for attending, and it was a great discussion with all the groups. I could see people are actually a little bit afraid of what is happening in Sudan at the moment. وبصورة عامة يعني السودان, ولكن what I would say إنه what we need to be, which I hope I will also do the same, صراحة دي ليو للناس كلها, إنه to be agile, it's quite important, and to be adaptable. الأشياء في السودان مختلفة تماما عن أماكن كثيرة, ولكن it's not the worst. يعني أنا I've seen worse than that. You just need to be agile, you need to be adaptable, you need to be flexible. At the same time, you need to be innovative in what you are going to do. It's very important. انت ممكن تجي تعمل حاجة already موجودة هي في السودان، ولكن once انه it's innovative in a way of how it's going to be managed. اللي هي part منها كانت الدiscussions قبل شوية بتاعت مازن في how to manage the project. You have to make use of all these tips actually, which is related how you're going to manage your project. البروجكت ده ما لازم يكون هو شغل. جيتك للسودان نفسها أو الرجعة للسودان is a project actually, which has lots of risk. You have to mitigate this risk. You have to look on them, and you have to work on them. But you need to be innovative on how you do it. You have to think out of the box on doing it. الحاجة الثالثة إنه don't get distracted. Once you start on something, make sure that you know exactly the path how to go on it. You will get lots of distraction. You will get lots of ideas. إنه والله يا أخي ممكن تعمل شغل في الحاجة الفلانية و you get a quick and easy profit or easy income coming back. الكلام ده might be right, might be wrong. لكن I think إنه to focus it's quite important. You really need to focus. لأنه حتى في مجال whatever as an energy مثلا اللي احنا بنشتغل عليه، المجال ضخم جدا وكبير خالص. احنا we are just focusing in a very precise areas في السودان. ممكن يكونوا أكثر من حاجة، ولكن we know exactly what we are looking for and what we are capable of doing and what we need to do for the long run. Sometimes you have to change. This is important also, or you have to add. ولكن you need to make sure that you are not distracted من الباث اللي انت محدده لنفسك. You need to be precise. You need to be خلينا نقول persistent في إنه what you are doing. It takes lots of effort حقيقة. الeffort دي ما لازم يكون physically، هو ممكن يكون mentally, and this is the biggest challenge. Most of the effort actually which I do هو mentally. إنه أنت you have to talk to people, you have to convince them, you have to let them understand exactly what you do. لأنه لما تقول لي زول أنا بشتغل في مجال الكهرباء في السودان، هو بيبتدي من تغيير اللمبة في البيت. والمجال بتاع الانرجي في السودان حقيقة شوية very much left behind. فمحتاج إنك to make the people understand what you do. البيبل ديل ما بس هم الناس اللي out of الشغل، يعني الكاستمر أو الكلاينت بتاعينك، لا هم كمان الناس الشغالين معك which are more important. فالعمل في الحتة بتاعت المنتال أو المنتاليتي بتاعت الناس and how to change it is the biggest challenge, and you have to be prepared to do it and talk about it a lot.
Thank you. And I think that you touched on something that I've experienced. I have experienced a number of people whom I might, just share my idea of what I'm intending to do, and the first thing they say to you, لا حاجة زي دي ما بتمشي في السودان, and it's almost في discouragement, and you are absolutely right. You have to be determined, and you have to be you have to have the conviction in your abilities, and you have to believe in your idea, and pursue that. It's good to listen to people طبعا and their expertise, but have the confidence and determination that you are going on the right path essentially, and give it all you can. That's what I keep reminding myself. I'm gonna try it and try it and try it again, and if it doesn't work, then fine, I'll accept that. But I'm not going to just give up as soon as someone tells me not to go for it. Brilliant. So I'm gonna just field a couple of last tips and insights, min Tijani, and then Rabab and Mus'ab, because these are guys who are also based in Sudan. Network is not playing today. All right, I'm going to then, Tijani, I'll come back to you. Mus'ab, let's try your network. Any tips for us? انت كسوداني قاعد موجود في السودان. مصعب عبد الهادي.
في السيشن الأخير مع محمد زروق، احنا كان آخر روم دخلناه بتاعت محمد زروق، كان بيقول التبس عشان انت تعمل بزنس سيت اب. فكان تقريبا الحاجه ديفيكلت شديد، او يعني بالنسبه لناس قاعدين برا ويعني بيشوفوا بالويب سايت اي حاجه وبيشوفوا الاجراءات شنو عشان انا اعملها، يعني بيكون الستبس كلير والزم يعني قبل ما يبدو الحاجه. شايف انه في السودان فيري ديفيكلت. فشايف انه لو مثلا اتعملت يعني حاجه خاصه بالحد زي ويب سايت انه كيف تعمل سيت اب للبزنس بتاعك، هيكون فيري يعني ايزي بالنسبه للناس. وبرضو يعني زي ما قال برضو دكتور مستر سليم، قال انه والله يا اخي السودان لسه ما مضمون، او انت لما تيجي تعمل بزنس فانت ما حتكون ضامن 100% انه والله الحاجه تنجح، او يكون يعني القروش اللي انت اخذتها دي تكون مضمونه. فبرضه الناس تقريبا محتاجه ضمانات اكثر عشان هم يرجعوا السودان. في الحاجه ما صعبه شديد، بس الضمانات اكثر، والمشكله بتاعت انه نازل طالع دي برضه تتسهل، فالحاجه دي حتكون اسهل، او يعني حتكون دي ستيم نمبر 1 عشان الناس تجي على السودان. Thank you.
شكرا مصعب. Okay, Rabab, any last tips for us? Any takeaway tips?
Yes, السودان حقيقة will test your perseverance, your professionalism, your innovation. أي حاجة يعني أنت عشان تقدر to be successful in Sudan it takes a lot. Yes, I agree. لكن it's not impossible. في حاجات كثيرة، في a pool of talent في السودان incredible صراحة. And it needs guidance and it needs the opportunity. فإذا أي زول من الناس اللي برا السودان بالإكسبرتيز تاعتهم أو حتى الناس في السودان اللي عندهم experience قدروا يعملوا حاجة في السودان utilizing this pool of resources, pool of talent في السودان, I think يعني حيكون win-win situation لكل الناس. It's not impossible, but it will take a lot. Yes, I agree. لكن بنفس الوقت أفتكر ده جزء من التشالنج اللي كلنا بنعيشه في أي حتة في الدنيا يعني. We have to give back للبلد. We have to be يعني honest مع نفسنا. Yes, it's hard, لكن we have to do it. There is no way out of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Part of the conversation that was ongoing regarding Sudan and the situation in Sudan.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm living in Sudan. I'm working in Sudan in an international company, but I'm working in Sudan. So it's not as dark as as it seems to be. I've been working in Sudan for the past 14 years. So I've met a lot of really talented people in Sudan. I know that there is a big problem when it comes to technology and using technology, especially in the governmental sector. But this doesn't deny the fact that we have a very talented youth in Sudan. We have potential in Sudan. And we need, I've met people coming from Sudan as expats coming to Sudan, expecting much worse situation. And even comparing us to our neighboring countries, we're not in a that bad shape, by the way. I mean, this is a general perception about Sudan. It doesn't have to be, it can be out of personal experience, of course, but coming from even in Europe or in Gulf states, they have their own challenges and they have their own issues as well. So it's not about lowering expectations when coming to Sudan. It's actually about more adapting to what's going on in Sudan and trying to understand the culture here and understanding the people and trying to just trying to understand the reality of what's going on in Sudan. Coming from outside, yeah, it might look shocking. It might seem a bit hard, but I know expats who are living in Sudan and they think that it's not as bad as it is perceived from outside. So that was a general comment to the participants in my group. Sorry.
I'm pleased to hear that. Absolutely, and I'm convinced that there is a solution to every problem at the end of the day, and there is no place that is perfect. As the saying goes, the grass is always greener. People think, if you live in Europe or outside, things are easy. They're not easy. They come with their own challenges. But people here are, outside Sudan are constantly looking for solutions to work around life problems. Our problems are grave, but all the more exciting, for us to find solutions around them. Okay, and last but not least, before we close, Tijani, we're going to give you one more chance. Don't know if your internet is going to work. Any tips for us?
طيب التيبس كالاتي. التيبس احنا we need to have like socialize the contents. يعني احنا ما عندنا content في السودان. يعني بأقل شيء اعملي جوجل اوت كده سودان، اكتب شوفي الصور اللي بتظهر لك شنو، اكتبي بيزنس ان سودان ما بتظهر لك حاجه. الويب سايتس بتاعتنا هنا كلها اوت اوف ديتد، اوت اوف ديت. ما تقول لي شركه كده ولا شركه كده ولا شركه كده، الناس دي كلها اوت اوف ديت. مع الاسف الشركات الخارجيه وكده ده يعني نوعا ما يعني بعيدين من الحته دي، لكن ما في كونتنت بيقدر يربط الناس. يعني انت الليله ما في منصه انت ممكن تعمل تخش تشوف الليله اسعار القمح كم عشان تبدا بزنس، تعمل انفستمنت في زراعه، انفستمنت في ترانسبورتيشن، انفستمنت في ستوك ولا حاجه زي دي. فدي انا الحاجه اللي بشوف انه الناس يعني لو قدرت تقعد مع بعض تعمل كونتنت، تعمل منصه فيها الخدمات بتاعتنا. انا ما شفت التجارب دي طبعا في الهند. الهند حسه حاليا اعمل جوجل لاي حاجه، الناس اللي قاعدين ده اي واحد يعمل جوجل لاي شيء، لديفايسز لكده بتلقى 3 4 منصات غير منصه امازون بتوفر نفس المنتج، المنتج المحلي والمنتج المصنع والمنتج بتاع الاس ام ايز ده انت كله بتوفر لك. لانه في حاجات، فتشي جامعات بتلقي جامعات، فتشي مثلا كورسات بتلقي كورسات، فتشي اي حاجه متوفر. احنا ما عندنا، احنا هنا ما عندنا، ما في زول بيعرف فلان الفلاني يا اخي انا بيعمل كده، فلان الفلاني ده عشان انا عارفه الا الين فيه في لينكدين ولا الين فيه عبر ود خالتنا اللي بيعرف قريبنا ود عمنا قريب ناس حبوبتنا والكلام ده. فالحته دي ما يعني we have to work on it. عرفتي؟
Okay, perfect. Tijani, we're going to touch base with you offline, maybe for the benefit of everyone in the call. When we were in our last forum, we introduced a campaign called Invest Sudan campaign, and we are building a website and we want to start collating content and information. So we're definitely going to reach out to each and every one of you guys. But if تفكر انت Tijani حاسة اديت some venture capitalist a little business idea as well, because yes, we need those types of initiatives for sure. في كم سؤال ثاني. I'm just going to go quickly. Ithar, you had a suggestion? Thank you, Tijani. That was really insightful. Very useful tips. Ithar, did you have?
Yeah, I want to ask for suggestions. How to reach out and possibilities to network for like the young community from similar industries. Let's say coming from a background of someone who doesn't know anyone, no community base, only family. Like, are there any kind of events, places, organizations, some kind of thing to network and get in touch with the people with a similar industry, in the same industry, for example?
In the which industry, Ithar? Sorry, I didn't hear you very well.
I'm an architect.
For
example, design community, for example.
Okay. Does anybody know? Or if not, we can try to find the answer if no one in the call at the moment knows the answer.
I suggest Ithar to contact Khartoum Impact Hub. يعني هم عندهم a lot of networks. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Can I also suggest Umayma Ahmed was here and she just left. She has the Architects Hub Qatar, and I think the plan is to have Architects Hub Sudan soon.
All right, very nice. Okay.
Okay, guys, I've taken enough of your time, I think. This has been another great session. I just say thank you to our clinic leaders, Mohammed Zarrouk, Salim, and Mazin, but also thanks to all of the guys who are sharing with us their experience on the ground, Rabab, Mus'ab, Randa, Tijani. Apologies if I missed anybody, and obviously, last but not least, everybody else who's joined to really explore the topic and participate in this discussion, because it's a really, this is a, as we see it in anaSudan, is actually a very critical step in the future of what we are looking for in this new Sudan. There has to be the completion of the circle. Or the triangle, the experts outside or the diaspora, known as the diaspora, the local talent, as well as the governance procedures, the government, the authorities. we all need to work together in a systematic way and a structured way for us to be able to all benefit and get something out of this new Sudan. Otherwise, I think هتكون دوامة مستمرة forever and
It's an
ever.
irony إنه يعني she is preparing to leave Sudan now when people are the other way around, and I am preparing to do the exact opposite. I am in preparation to go back.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So we know where to go for our legal advice, Mohammed. So you've already secured a number of clients.
Anytime, no problem.
Brilliant.
By the way,
thank you so much.
for the information scarcity you mentioned, in a month, يعني بعد شهر Google business in Sudan, I hope you would be satisfied with the results. We are working on something يعني it could pretty much help الأسئلة الأولية دي وكده. الواحد فعلا ما في مصدر reliable في الوقت الحالي لمعلومات كافية يعني. I hope you will like what you will see.
And I would say to anybody in the group, you know, young returnees, Tijani, let's engage them and you know, support them and where opportunities arise, let's utilize them. They're smart young people who are just going back and setting themselves up. So I would definitely encourage anybody from anaSudan to reach within the pool of talent and Mawjood and work with these guys and engage them so that it's in our benefit they succeed. So yes, please make recommendations, please connect with them, and yeah, let's ندعم بعض عشان we all succeed together. Thank you, Mohammed. Salim, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say to comment on the point which أعتقد Mohammed Karim you mentioned Sudan is the land of opportunity. That's true, and we have to find a way to grab it. Otherwise, somebody else will come and grab it. Such opportunity will not come easy, but at least we can start working with the low-hanging fruit for some time, and then we take it up from there. But we have to start. I think we really have to start. Whether it's individual,
there has to be easy wins.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing comes easy.
No. Thank you so much, everybody. We will touch base and get in touch outside of the meeting. Really appreciated and to be continued. Watch out for the next discussion. محمد تفضل محمد الطيب.
So يعني thank you very much in a nutshell for all the participations, very insightful. I just want to share with you 20 seconds of your time. I think Sudan should be named the land of opportunity. It's just there's scarce opportunities in the world wherever you go that you will find a country that it requires each and every aspect in different sectors. So I think yani, if something is insightful and incentivizing us to go back, it's just the opportunity. I'm not sure there's many countries in the world that prevail this opportunity for people to come back. And personally, I have not lived in Sudan. يعني يمكن أنا biased or naive, call it whatever, but I think the opportunities that I see in Sudan are non-existent anywhere else in the world. Thank you.
Mohammed, and that's a critical point, by the way. Let's be very clear. If the Sudanese people don't take those opportunities, someone else is going to come from outside and invest from abroad and take the opportunities, and we'll be watching. So yes, I think the land of opportunities is such a nice little wrapper, because it is. You know, wherever you look, there is an opportunity, and I think we have to change our mindset to really focus on those opportunities, because honestly, I keep saying to people, a leadership at the top creates the vision, opens the doors, but the bottom is where the real work and the real building happens, and the real innovation and creativity happens. And the bottom there is in the millions. So we have to stop talking and really start taking action and take it individual leadership. ما ننتظر زول يعمل لنا. So thanks. That's really a nice high note.